So I want to give my own perspective, but from a psychology place, about childhood traumas and about this case of I hate kids. When you say I saw that video, and my view was very different from what I've seen. Only 3 people on TikTok. I think one wonderful lady and 2 gentlemen that discussed it in a way that I was like, yes, they get it. And a few people. I saw somebody that said, I don't know whether it's a perception in Africa that trauma does not exist. I saw somebody who said, this is nonsense. Trauma is a Western thing. Stop bringing those things to us. And I was like, hey, that is trauma that is talking. Anyway, let's look at it in a very healthy way without judging. Number 1, childhood trauma, if it's not well addressed, it comes out from a place of anger. It can come from a place of bitterness. So when we are looking at psychology, we look at behavior, we look at trauma, and we look at cognitive beliefs. So when you come to therapy, I will work around, is it your beliefs? Is it a decision you've made? Or is it trauma that is playing around? What exactly is the issue? And then I will work around it. When it comes to trauma, if it's unhealed, it can make you to make decision out of trauma. Like you can say, I hate kids because of the way you are parented. I hate children. I hate to get married because of the trauma that is unprocessed. You don't trust people. Or number 2, it can come from a place you've healed your trauma, but it's okay. You're going against the society beliefs, which is, we call it under behavior psychology, which is conditioning and social learning. Under conditioning, we have 2 types of conditioning. The one that you must eat lunch, supper, breakfast. When the bell would ring, children would go for break. That's conditioning. We also have conditioning which we call reward and punishment. If you do this, you will be punished. If you do this, you will get away with it. Punishment and reward, simple. And then we have learning, social learning. We learn through other people, through the environment. So you can say, I don't feel comfortable to have kids because of it's a decision you've made and you are not even hating. It's from a comfortable place. So number 1, it's okay. I don't believe in conditionings of the world. You can say, I don't want to live a certain way, but it's coming from a healthy place. So you can say, this was a very simple interview. If it's coming from a healed place, you just say, I don't prefer to have kids, or I don't want to have that discussion. But when it goes to an extreme of I hate, they disgust me, they make me feel bad, that's where I'm like, I see a bit of trauma. I see a bit of anger and bitterness over there. We need to address it. So an interviewer is not a therapist. If I'm a therapist and I'm the one interviewing, I would have asked, what happened? Oh, you abandoned. I can see where that is coming from. Okay, and then extend grace, and then we can work around it to a place where it's like, I don't feel comfortable, or I'm not ready to have kids. I just want to enjoy my life. And that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. But it doesn't have to hate, disgusting, bitterness. I hate marriage. And most of us can agree, most of our parents and most people, women and men, most of them, if you've grown in a narcissistic household, you know your father doesn't love you. And I've told you so many times, narcissists don't love their kids. You know, a narcissistic mother, a narcissistic father doesn't love you. Story of my life, story of my life. So I'm like, why were they having kids? Because of conditioning. Because of the society. You go to school, you finish school, you go to high school, you finish high school, you get married, you start being asked, you're married, where are you not married? You get married. Then you start being pressured. Why don't you have kids? You have kids. So it's not because you want the kids, because you don't even have capacity. That's we have so many deadbeat fathers, or so many deadbeat fathers. They have children and then they run away. And you women, when a man tells you, I don't want to have kids, I don't want to settle down, I just want to play around, stop convincing them to have kids. Stop convincing. They will leave you with the kids, because the man who is saying that they don't want kids, They're still having sex. And in that, they might produce kids. And the kids might be somewhere around. But they told you they hate kids. That's the irony of it. That's the irony of it. So there are people who don't love kids. They will not say it. But we have kids all around who are hated and not loved. So it's when you heal, just say, I'm not ready. I don't want to have kids. And that is okay. Nobody will have a conversation. Number 3, because we don't understand psychology, it could be a place of attention. We don't need many people. This is social media. People are creating content and they want followers. They want to make money. So you will say anything that will create a conversation that is going. We are having a conversation about it. It can come from your inner child screaming attention, your inner child screaming validation, inner child screaming see me, or it's from a very conscious place. I'm gonna create drama around this topic and you're gonna follow me and you become more popular. This is social media. We have P. Diddy in jail. The same women that are supporting this narrative are the same women that were supporting P. Diddy, who is in jail. They were saying, oh, you will rise again. Oh, you people are just abusing you. We have a society that does not understand human psychology. We have a society that does not understand how the human mind reasons. I'm a psychologist, so I understand. We have a society without discernment. The moment you open your mouth, I know exactly what you're screaming. It can be trauma, it can be attention, it can be a decision that comes from a healed place. You don't even cause drama, you don't even discuss it. You just say, I'm not ready, I don't need to discuss that. And you leave it at that. But we are not ready for that conversation. So those are my views. Heal your childhood trauma. They're going to embarrass you. Come to therapy, I therapy you. They're going to embarrass you, your childhood. Let me tell you the worst part of having unhealed childhood trauma. People will take advantage of your unhealed childhood trauma. And then the same people that are taking advantage of you, once you hold them accountable, they will use their traumas as an excuse to why they are abusing you. If you have low self-esteem, if you don't feel good about yourself, you have loose boundaries, you will attract narcissists, you're a people pleaser, they will misuse you, they will take advantage of you, you cannot leave them, they're abusing you. After all, you don't know how to use your voice, you don't know how to communicate your boundaries. You allow everybody to walk on you like a doormat, and then they will abuse you, take advantage of you. And then they will tell you, it's because of my trauma. They will use their trauma as an excuse as to why they're abusing you. Do you see how twisted it is? People will take advantage of your trauma, and then they will take advantage of their trauma as an excuse as to why they're abusing you. In both cases, you are the one that is going to take charge. Heal your traumas so that you don't allow people to take advantage of you, and you don't excuse people's trauma as an excuse to take advantage of you and to abuse you. Did you get that?